To be honest, boxing's never seen nothing like this in the history of boxing. Since it began 250 years ago, it's never seen anything like this. I believe this is going to be great for boxing. I believe we're going to win.
He's going to have, after the fight is over, then so be it. I'm already in a no-win situation anyway. To me, it's a win-win. But I'm in a no-win because if I knock him out fast in the first round, they're going to be like, oh, man, this wasn't worth it. If I let it go a few rounds and drag it out, they're going to be like, oh, man.
I've always been in the gym training. I'm a boxing professional fighters. Activity is great. I had 15 fights in 1 year when I was younger. And I think activity is great, but I'm prepared. I'm just ready to go.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson come face-to-face in a fiery confrontation, trading sharp words as the tension rises between the two legendary fighters.
Bring that shit up no more.
No, they should bring it up.
Okay.
They should see the difference from there to now.
Gotcha.
Me at my worst, to me at the biggest event in the history of events right now. There's never been any bigger than this. So what they have to say about that?
What does that say about you if you lose?
Well, I'm not gonna lose. So I can't even fathom losing. I can't even imagine it. I think he thinks this is gonna be a very easy night. It's not gonna be an easy night.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. stays completely confident during the intense face-to-face, calm and composed as always, ready to show he still possesses the skill, sharpness, and fire that made him a legend.
Cruise control, go out there, have some fun, and do what I do best. And that's beat Floyd Mayweather.
Mike Tyson declares he's fully prepared for the challenge, pushing himself harder than ever in training and looking sharp, confident that he can rise to the moment when it matters most.
The fighter's waiting for his money. By the time he gets his money, everybody else took their percentage out already. So you don't know who's who. You get what they give you.
You look good. How you feeling physically?
Incredible.
You've been training?
Listen, I was wearing an extra large. It looks like I will wear large now.
Rafael Cordero, trainer of Mike Tyson, says Tyson is in even better shape and looking sharper now than he was during his exhibition bout against Roy Jones Jr.
Perfect time, perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready for it. We talk about Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought Roy.
Mike Tyson looks razor sharp in training camp, sparring at full power, pushing his limits, and preparing with relentless intensity for the upcoming challenge.
We'll put it aside. Okay. I'll be right.
Good. Round one. Oh. Few. Cut the ring. Exactly. Cut the ring. Exactly.
Jeff Mayweather says Floyd Mayweather Jr. has always been comfortable embracing the villain role. He adds that a showdown with Mike Tyson could test his legacy while still highlighting his trademark confidence and elite skill.
It's easy because Floyd always was the bad guy. Once again, he's gonna be the bad guy. And I think that if there's any way to try to remove his O, it may happen.
Meanwhile, Tony Jeffries recently claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s return is fueled by ego, suggesting he struggles to accept being overshadowed, especially following the buzz around Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
We've got to make as much money as we can while we can and then get out of the sport. But with these two, they're multi-millionaires. And I want to get into the tail of the tape and talk about exactly the records and all that stuff with it. But first, I just want to say, I believe that these are doing this for different things. Mike Tyson is doing it purely for the money. Floyd is doing it for the money as well, but also I believe Floyd's doing it for that limelight. You've seen the numbers that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul got, and I think this is the most viewed fight of all time. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I might be wrong in saying that, but I'm sure it was. It was hosted on Netflix. And Floyd's been one in the past with his ego that he wants to just, be in that limelight all the time. And when you're not in the limelight all the time, you want to have...
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is grinding hard in camp, moving with impressive sharpness and agility. He looks remarkably youthful, showcasing the speed, timing, and precision that defined him during his prime.
Right here, hook. Hook here. Hook right here. Slide and drop. Punch it, wait till here we go. Drop, drop. Walking, walking, walking. Pitch it. Pitch it. Six. Punch it. Pitch it. Watch it. I step back like I have my distance. That's why I step. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance. You gotta know your distance.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. pounds the heavy bag with sharp power and precision, displaying his trademark speed, flawless technique, and relentless focus in every strike. Henry Cejudo raises serious questions about the current direction of boxing as legends return for exhibition bouts. He highlights that Manny Pacquiao is set to face Rosalind Pfnikoff, while Floyd Mayweather Jr. is being linked with Mike Tyson. Henry feels these matchups are driven more by financial gain than sporting necessity, calling the trend strange and uncomfortable, particularly when veteran fighters return for another run. His concern over Tyson is heightened following the recent high-profile bout against Jake Paul, which already sparked heated debate.
That's taking on Mike Tyson of all people. That's the most money-motivated thing I've ever heard. It's utterly bizarre. And I don't want to see Mike Tyson anywhere near the ring again, especially after that Jake Paul fiasco. This whole thing's incredibly weird. I don't like it. I'm a proper boxing fan, and these fights to me, this OAP stuff they've got going on when they bring back these old fighters for one more go at each other, it's just not something that I particularly enjoy. Now look, it's going to be on Netflix. It's probably going to be a massive event. I'm probably going to end up covering it because they are two former champions of note and it is going to go on their professional records. But if you thought the first fight wasn't particularly entertaining, I can't imagine this one's going to be much better. The one thing I will say is that I believe Pacquiao's in better condition than I realized after the effort he put in against Mario Barrios.
At the same time, Henry Cejudo acknowledges that the scale of the event will be massive, especially with a platform like Netflix involved. Despite criticism, curiosity remains high. He points out that the real storyline is the question of decline. Who has lost more sharpness? While Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been inactive for years, Manny Pacquiao has endured far more battles overall. This uncertainty adds intrigue, even for purists who typically dislike the concept of such exhibition matchups.
Not had a proper fight in such a long time, which you could argue means he won't be as sharp in the ring. But then on the other hand, Pacquiao's had way more fights than Mayweather has, so you could argue he's got less left in the tank. It's difficult to figure out what it means for either guy, and we don't really know which way it's going to go. But I guess, if I'm being really honest, as much as I don't love it, there's always going to be a little bit of intrigue there. Kind of don't like myself for it, but I'm just being honest with you guys. And I think if we want to have a real conversation about what this fight represents is a continued frustration around the truth about the first fight, which was that it came too late and it turned into more and more of a cash grab. This fight embodies that to a whole new level. Even for the broadcast and Netflix, I don't believe they're truly invested in the sport of boxing. They'll take one-off big events that get them more subscribers, that increase their revenue, that increase their subscription base, but they don't really care about the sport. If they did, they'd be putting on a lot more events than just these mega fights that involve, influencers and fighters that are well past their best.
Adola raises serious doubts about the rumored clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson in Congo. He questions whether the fight is genuinely happening or quietly losing momentum. The unusually early announcement, revealed in February for a September event, puzzles him as the gap far exceeds the typical 3 to 4 month promotional cycle. This extended timeline could indicate either an ambitious global buildup or behind-the-scenes uncertainty. He also analyzes Netflix and its strategy of producing spectacle-driven matchups.
There was also talk about Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson in the Congo. Is that now scrapped? Why are they announcing this several months before the event? I mean, is it a massive build-up? I mean, when you think about it, most fights are announced 3 months, 4 before an event. This one, September. We are in February, people. Like, what is going on? I mean, what are Netflix doing? Netflix are kind of, obviously, they're picking up and putting on really random stuff. Like Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. If you are an MMA fan, that fight was supposed to happen way more than a decade ago. Way more than a decade ago. They're doing it now. Will it get big numbers? I guess it kind of will. They've obviously done the Jake Paul stuff. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul versus AJ. They done massive numbers. Crawford Canelo, a serious fight, and then they're doing this.
From crossover concepts to the huge numbers generated by Jake Paul events, the platform is clearly focused on mass appeal. It acknowledges that the formula likely works, even if it seems unpredictable. Despite his skepticism, he expresses genuine admiration for Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting that his passion for boxing evolved from Mike Tyson's dominance through British boxing icons and back to America via Mayweather's brilliance. He sees Mayweather as a rare talent who mastered both marketing and ring intelligence, much like Conor McGregor did in his own domain.
Massive Floyd fan. Like, my journey into boxing, obviously when I was young, it was very much Mike Tyson, but then it went and became a UK thing. The ITV days of, I don't know, Ben Eubank, etc., Michael Watson, and then eventually Joe Calzaghe, Prince Nassim, etc., etc. My reason for going back and watching American boxing is solely down to Floyd. But I was obsessed with everything Floyd Mayweather did. I thought he was a genius when it comes to marketing and a genius in the ring. It's very rare that the two go together, which is why I think everyone kind of fell in love with Conor McGregor, right? Because Conor McGregor was a genius outside the ring in terms of how to sell a fight. And in the octagon, he actually proved that he can fight as well. Floyd, obviously on a completely different level, but you know what I mean? Very similar. Someone that talks the talk and walks the walk. And Floyd most certainly did.
Wade Plemons shares his candid perspective on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s return to the ring, emphasizing the tension between legacy and financial motivation. He notes that watching a boxer of Mayweather's stature compete again at this stage can feel underwhelming to fans, as it may signal that the choice is driven more by profit than by passion for the sport. For longtime followers, there's a sense of unease knowing that a legendary career could be overshadowed by financial pursuits rather than pure athletic achievement.
Whether Mayweather had financial troubles because of the money he owed to the IRS, because of the terrible business and real estate investments that he's made, and apparently some of these have gone under, and he is owed back rent, or he is owing back rent, and he is delinquent on a lot of payments for a lot of different things right now. These things seem to have added up for Floyd, and now it's pretty apparent that not only is he doing these, bank robbery style exhibitions, but it looks like he absolutely needs to do it, which is very, very sad. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Floyd Mayweather as an individual outside of the ring, but I never want to see athletes have their money mismanaged or mismanage their own money so badly that they go broke in retirement, and it looks like that's kind of what's happening. And here's a snippet from Business Insider because it made me want to pay for the entire article.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see you next time.